Over the past few years, Indians in Canada have increasingly found themselves in the crosshairs of violence, from shootings and stabbings to targeted attacks linked to personal disputes, gangs or still unknown motives. A worrying pattern has begun to emerge, one that has shaken the sense of safety within the Indian diaspora. What makes these cases more disturbing is not just the brutality, but the setting. Many of these attacks have unfolded in public spaces, outside homes, in parking lots, near workplaces, places that are supposed to be routine, even safe. The latest incident as such fits into this troubling backdrop. Another Indian, another gun attack, another family left searching for answers. Let's get straight into it. You're watching another episode of Deep Dive. I'm Udar Pratap Singh. Today we are on NewsX taking a closer look at this pattern and at the case that has once again put the spotlight on the safety of Indians living in Canada. On your screens now is Chandan Kumar Raja, Nanda Kumar, the 37-year-old Indian origin tech professional whose life was cut short in a shocking daytime shooting in Toronto, Canada. A native of the Tyamagondulu village near Nelamangala in Karnataka's Bengaluru rural district, Chandan had moved to Canada about 6 years ago in pursuit of his career. He had been building a life for himself in the greater Toronto area, where he was based in Brampton. A computer science graduate from Saptagiri College in Bengaluru, he had earlier worked with Cognizant in India before joining LTI Mindtree, a subsidiary of Larsen & Toubro in Canada. Colleagues and friends described him as a hard-working professional who was also deeply engaged with the Kannada community abroad, often organizing cultural events and initiatives to bring people together. Chandan lived and worked abroad while keeping close ties with his family back home. In recent months, he had been planning a trip to India and was even discussing leave with his parents, who hoped to welcome him home for a visit and his future marriage, plans that tragically will now never be fulfilled. What unfolded at the Woodbine shopping centre in Toronto was swift, violent and chillingly precise. On Saturday afternoon, Chandan Kumar Raja Nanda Kumar was seated inside his SUV in the mall's parking lot, a busy public space frequented by families, shoppers and workers. It was broad daylight. There was no indication of an altercation, no public argument, no chaos leading up to the attack. Moments later, gunfire erupted. Multiple shots were fired directly at the vehicle Chandan was in. Visuals from the scene later showed his SUV riddled with bullet holes, particularly around the windshield and driver's side. Evidence and investigators say point to a deliberate and focused attack. This firing appears to have been brief but intense, suggesting the attackers knew exactly who they were targeting and where he was seated. Emergency calls flooded in almost immediately. Toronto police officers reached the scene within minutes and found Chandan critically injured inside or near his vehicle. Paramedics rushed him to a nearby hospital where doctors attempted to life-saving treatment on him. Despite those efforts, he succumbed to his injuries the same day. By the time police secured the area, the shooters were gone. Investigators confirmed that the suspects fled the scene in a vehicle, managing to escape before any arrest could be made. The parking lot was sealed off for hours as forensic teams examined the SUV, marked bullet trajectories and canvassed the area for surveillance footage and eyewitness accounts. What stood out to investigators early on was the nature of the attack itself. There was no exchange of fire, no collateral damage reported, and no indication that bystanders were involved. Based on the evidence collected at the scene, police moved quickly to classify the killing as targeted, a crucial distinction that ruled out a random act of violence and set the direction of the homicide investigation. As news of the shooting spread, shock rippled through both Canada and India. A routine afternoon had ended in a calculated killing, carried out in one of the most ordinary of settings. While investigators began piecing together the how, questions around the why were only just beginning. Chandan Kumar Raja Nanda Kumar's parents learnt about their son's death through a phone call from Canada, a call that shattered their world. Speaking with the media, his father said he repeatedly urged Chandan to return to India, advice that now haunts the family. He kept saying he would come back later, his father said, adding there was never any indication that his son was in danger. The family has since appealed to Indian authorities to help bring Chandan's body back home to Karnataka for its final rites. Karnataka Home Minister Parmeshwara met with Chandan's family at their home to offer condolences. He described Chandan as a talented young professional and said Indian authorities were coordinating with Canada as investigations continue. The minister also added the state government, along with the MEA, is working to facilitate the repatriation of Chandan's body for his final rites in Karnataka. Investigators search for answers. The killing of Chandan leaves behind more questions than clarity. For his family, the wait for justice has just begun. For Indians living in Canada, the fear is becoming harder to ignore. This is not just a one-off case, it's a part of a growing pattern that demands answers. My colleague Belly spoke with the family of the man whose story we just told you.
I am right now present at the software engineer who had been shot dead in the Greater Toronto in Canada on Saturday night. I am right now at his house here in Tyamagundlu village in Nelamangala Taluk of Chikbalapura district. So this is Chandan Kumar Raja's home. You can see now this is the house from where he finished his engineering, studying in Saptagiri College in Bangalore, and later on he went on to work at the Accenture after becoming a techie. And this is the condition in his house. This is his father Nandakumar and his mother Mrs. Nandakumar, and right now they are anxiously waiting for the body to be repatriated from Toronto in Canada to Bengaluru here. So right now I'm joined by Chandan Kumar's cousin Vinay here. Vinay was the first one to get the phone call because his father wouldn't understand what the Toronto police service people were communicating to him, as he doesn't understand English. So Vinay was called for his help to understand. So you were the first person to talk over the phone. What was the police saying, and when was this happen? When did this call came?
So actually the call came on Sunday night. Actually, they got a call on 8 o'clock, but they were unable to understand the English, proper English. They just cut the call. But the police, what they have done is they have searched for the local fellow there who can talk in a regional language. Then they got a call, but their mother came to know about this situation actually. But later on, after 10 o'clock, they got a little scared about this, listening to the things what happened actually. Then they called to my father, and we just came over here, and we were on the call. Actually, they were on the call, and I just took up the call from over there, and they just provided us the details of the officer who is taking care of the incident actually. But we asked for what was the ground reality over there to understand what has happened. But just they told that the thing has happened. We are the person who is responsible to inform the parents just to know about what happened actually.
What did they exactly say? Was he admitted to the hospital, or was he shot dead, or what? Like what was the message that you got?
We got just a message that he's just been dead actually. But we didn't convey them because they were in the scary shock. So we just told them that somebody has got shot. We don't know exactly what happened, and we searched for the fellows who is residing over Toronto actually. We got from Ranjan, who got helped us to just talk to the investigation officer over there, and from there on he got he was the transfer who he has got the information which is given to us actually. We just came to know that only he got a gunshot at, so he's dead.
So what do you think the reason behind his shot? Like earlier he would have come here and shared what was the issues there, and we were told that he was kind of involved in efforts for forming some associations wherein he was promoting Kannada films, songs, literature and things like that. So what is your take on that?
Sir, see, reality, if you want to famous, it's not easy. But the person, my brother, what actually doing was a complete free of service. He was the person, if anybody come from India or any other country, if someone need any help, he was the first person to look into them. Whatever it may be, things if the people who don't know, or if people didn't get a room, he was the person who helped. If person don't know anything about the actual product, about like Java, script, something, anything which need, he was the person who is helping them. Whatever the problem, people used to share with him, and the things were good to get. And he was working in Aryavasha community and Sai Baba community. He was a great devotee of the Sai Baba actually. He was always a Thursday used to go for the Sai Baba temples, and whatever the regional celebration what we do in India was celebrated by him actually. He was the first person who take the initiate to arrange those things, and any slogans or any things which required, he was the first person person, and any promotion of the Kannada cinemas or Kannada people who was going to there to promote their products, he was the first person to help them. He was with them for everything, end to end. He was there. Recently, 45 movie been promoted by him actually.
Okay, so his family members say that Chandan Kumar was a go-to guy there for the Kannada community in Toronto, where he was involved in helping out with his fellow Kannadigas who had migrated from Karnataka to Canada. So we'll ask one more, Fencer. What is your take on his efforts there, helping out Kannadigas and the associations that he were involved with?
Sir, he is a good guy. He is forming 2-3 Sangatanas like Kannada Developing and Arya Vaishya Community, our group, and Sai Baba Bhakta Mandali like this. He is a good person. It's very sad news to us to digest.
Okay. So when is the body coming, or is there any whom are you guys in touch with in Toronto so that you are coordinating with all the activities that's happening there, and when is Chandan's body expected to arrive?
We recently got a fellow called Venkatesh Babu. We are in touch with him. They were the people who are helping us to what is the ground reality over there. They told that they are providing the body, and the funeral Lotus Funeral Company has been taking up the challenge. Actually, they were arranging to view the viewing actually happening on tomorrow, Wednesday, from 3:30 to 5 p.m. People who are there who is residing in Toronto will be getting actually the things happening, and once we get the death certificate from there on we can look for the airlift. So this is the reality actually happening, what is happening right now.
Fine. So that was Vinay, Chandan's cousin, who is explaining to us about what is the situation here at his house in the Tyamagondlu village in Nelmangla Taluk, around 50 kilometers from Bengaluru. So this is the situation right now here in Chandan's house, and their family is anxiously waiting for his body, expected to arrive within 3 to 4 days is what they say. With camera person Pavan Kumar, this is Billy Thomas with NewsX Bengaluru.